because I do butcher it a lot. So, excuse me for doing that. I have a wait. I was trying to remember what I had. Please add Philippines to the next. So I did love Philippines. I really did. And I really loved what we ate there. We ate lechon. That was great. Been ringing in my ears. From the sky, who's ready to go? You brought back so many summer seasons in my region. You kept my secrets just so you can leak them. Love is war and war is weakness. So cut the shit and take me for one last spin. Is that right? Just so you can make them. Love is more than just so you can make them. Love is more. You are gonna be blown away. This is, by the way, this song is like, so like I've already have a lot of songs that I've already determined the songs that are gonna be in the album. But I'm doing extra songs for possibly like a deluxe version. So you know how they have like it's like songs that didn't make it to the album, but like sucks that if it's not in the album, like it won't go anywhere else. Yeah, that's where I'm going to put all the songs in the deluxe. I don't know if I'm going to... You're allowed to reveal that, isn't it? Am I not allowed to reveal that? How the fuck do you do this? I'm actually so damn impressed on how the world is tuning out. Thank you for considering me a sanity spot. But no, you're right. The world really is... as I say, I think the world is in cleansing mode and it's filtering out all the evil, and it's doing its duty as the world does. But it's unfortunate with a lot of these things that are happening, and it's just getting crazier and crazier. So all I could really say to everybody is, I hope everyone finds a mean to keep their peace. Don't let a lot of things deter you from what you have to do and focusing on what you have to do. It's going to be tough, but I always say, if you have the power to give what you choose to give power to. So I always thought, in the most craziest times of our lives, it's always going to be a true test and a true testament to how you handle things in the long run and how people around you will handle things too. So I hope for whatever reason you find a ground and you find an anchor. And for what it's worth, we'll always be here too. So I hope you find comfort in that too. You're always welcome here. You shaved this? I did shave my mustache. I didn't shave anything else. Sorry. Is there going to be another tour after you release the album? Yeah, I was speaking of that. I think I would love to tour with this album. 이거 안 돼. I think I would love to tour this album. Yeah, 100%. I think if anything, because I know I don't have enough. I don't have a lot of tours left in me. I know I don't have too much left in me. My gas is running out. So I might, these last few tours or two, 이거 안 되는데, 이거 튀겨. Oops. Yeah, so these last few tours, that's June by the way. So these last few tours are gonna be like my all. I'm just gonna give it my all. Not like I didn't give it my all last time, but I am. And, hopefully it's gonna be something that would carry you even in your darkest times, and it will be like such a good memory or a good experience that you've always had. So yeah, people, you're asking about vinyls. I think my first, I'm gonna try to do vinyls for this album. It's gonna be my first vinyls, and you know, I don't know how much we can make, but this is gonna be. I think it's. I mean, I'll try doing vinyls for my other albums too, but I think this album's gonna be very vinyl. Wouldn't you say, June?
Definitely.
Yeah. All right.
I'm buying one too.
What do you think about the album so far? I mean, he's the only one that's heard it so much. Yeah, he's the only one that's like really been here all the time listening to the making of it. What's your take on it?
I'm spending my own money to buy it.
Yeah. What? No, you don't have to do that. You could get the,
But best album so far.
Best album so far.
Personally, yeah.
Personally?
So far.
Yeah. Ah, shit. I mean, you heard it, yeah. So, and it's not just him; it's everyone. You know, I even have people that, you know, even if they're in my team, they're not like a fan of me or anything, right? They don't listen to my music and shit. But after this album, they started going down the rabbit hole of going down my discography. I'm like, what? You never even fucking heard this album before? It's like, no. I'm like, so see, you know, that's what you have to do. You have to convince your team that, you know, your music is doable for them too. So, you know, you gotta break that bias, you know. So, you know, I'm happy that I'm doing that. Singapore, I'd love to go to Singapore. I was thinking about going to Singapore not too long ago because I wanted to just go there and run in the streets because I love the environment for that. And it was very nice, you know. It was like how I remembered it. Colombia, I'd love to go to Colombia, man. I've never. I honestly, like, that's one of the places that I really, really want to go. Peru loved you. I love Peru too. I love Colombia too. So yeah, I think I want to try doing something a little different for this album, in terms of packaging as well. But you know, I have people helping me on that. Dreamers genuinely. How does Ian see your comment? I saw it. Would you plan to visit Bolivia? You know what? I've been to Bolivia once, and I really loved it. Like, I really love Bolivia, and you know, I went into the town center and everything, and you know, I had some great food there. From Bolivia, I went to Cerro de Uyuni, which was the salt lakes. That was so beautiful, and I'll never forget that. I think that's one of my top favorite #1 moments in my life. You look really cute in Vancouver, Canada. Is there any specific reason why? Will Monsters in the Closet be in the deluxe album? Here's the thing. I don't know what's going to be in the deluxe. I think, as of now, I know. So 99% of the songs have been confirmed to be in the album. I'm going to start teasing and promoting. Leading up to it, we are going to try uncovering a huge documentary based on this, and in that documentary I'm going to be as real as I get. We've changed a little bit of the directions in how we do reality as well, and Josh and John is on that, but we are technically taking a new stance on just going balls to the wall. I know I keep saying that, but I don't want to hold back anymore. Like, I'm here to really show everyone what really does go on behind the scenes, drama or not. It's just gonna be something that I don't care. Like, it's just gonna be something that people need to know. I know. Can you say hi to me? Your name's Chris. Oh, it's quite similar, but you know, without the H. Really looking forward to it. I see Brazilians are in the chat today. We get a documentary too. You're gonna get. You see, my train of thought is this documentary is gonna be what amplifies people's interest for the album. You know, you got fired after 7 years. Don't worry, love. You know that wasn't for you. You know, it was meant to be. You know, I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. But you know, sometimes, I mean, this universe and God has a way of introducing you to certain moments, pivotal moments, that, you know, would alter your life for the better, I hope. But, you know, everything that happens really does happen for a reason. And, you know, sometimes we might not see it. You know, it's always going to be a blessing in disguise, a silver lining, as we say. So, you know, who knows? You know, if you think about what you know, now you have that time. Now you can do whatever you want. You know, go for it. Yes. So, yeah, vinyl. You like me more than Mexican food? I doubt that. I really do. Hello, hope to see you in England. You know what? Of course, we're gonna go back to England. You know, gonna do a few shows there, especially in Europe. We're just gonna try doing a lot of stuff out there, especially with Creminatic. Creminatic have been helping me so much with this album that I'm really, really like blessed to have them. I really am. Yep. I don't know if the documentary comes out before the album. I think, yeah, maybe. You know, we'll have to talk this about. I'll have to talk about this with Josh and Jono. What time is it over here? I'm not too sure. Right. Oh, 5:18. I'm leaving soon. I'm leaving. Oh, I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm going overseas. Is language a barrier? I think more than the language, I think it's the culture that sometimes is a barrier. So even if you learn the language to the T, you got to understand the expressions, and the expressions come from culture. For example, like we express things very differently in Korea, even if we have like the same lingual system, or you know, the expressions are a bit different. And it's you know, 저녁 메뉴요. 저녁 메뉴는 저녁 메뉴는 감자튀김. 모르겠네. Yeah, music videos and the documentary is two different things. Yes. Have I grown stronger? I hope so. No, I know so. You know, you can't say hope. You say you got to say you just know so. Even if you don't think you really do. You know, self-talk is everything. So, I think I am in the midst of getting stronger, and in order for you to get stronger, you need to be torn down time and time. And you know, it's a shitty thing, but it happens to the best of us. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday, love. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. It's your boyfriend's birthday too. Happy birthday, Lewis. Happy birthday, Lewis. You know, you have an amazing girlfriend. She's giving you amazing shout outs. So super happy for the lot of you. Hermosa. I'm trying to read what it is. What's your process for coming up with your sound? I absolutely love how you mix. So for me, I take a lot of attention to detail in sound. But I just love layers. So for me, my inspiration from sound comes from a very progressive background. I love the essence of layering. They say less is more, but with the right amount of more, it's also good. So for me, I love layering, and I love essentially I think it's also what I do in my music videos. So I take the approach of building and climax and, you know, all of that. But I don't think the climax is I don't think the climax is important if you don't have a good build up. So for me, music and music videos and when I edit and everything like that really comes from this idea of building a good build up. And in order to do that, you have to have a good intro. So everything is step by step, putting you into a trance and a journey. So I guess it's the journey stance of a lot of these things. A tree bark gets the strongest, the stronger the wind gets. It does, and I completely agree. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So, with that being said, hope no one's dying, or hope no one's thinking of doing that, because you're more valued than you think, and it would be such a waste. You might think you know it, and you might think, nah, this is it, but no, you have to give yourself a chance. Otherwise, it's not fair to you. I'm not going to say it's not fair to anybody else, but I'm just going to say it's going to be not fair to you. You and your songs are my safe place. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. That means so much. If that could be a source of safe haven for you, then I'm doing my job correctly. Greetings from Mexico again. Te amo, yes. I hope. Are you going to change your hairstyle? So what's happening is I'm growing out my hair, so later we can style it. Like, we have more options to style. Does that make sense? So we are going to. I'm going to grow my hair out, and I am going to keep it long for this concept, for this album, because it's going to look fucking sick. Not my hair necessarily, but the concept. Maybe the hair too. Oh, that's too much. My songs made you recover faith in music? No, my songs alone can't do that. But if it did, then oh my god, I'm so honored. There's amazing people, amazing artists, amazing songs in this world, and I know how it can get a little jaded. And I'm not saying I'm that good as well, but I'm trying to restore the idea of depth. So. I know a lot of these songs these days are very gimmicky, and I know that there's a good purposes and good audience for that. But I'm just the type of person, I guess, when I do art or music or anything in general, that I try to look for the depth of how people feel, and I really want to express that and explore that, just because I think I'm myself a little bit like attuned to that as well, and. For me, if it's not real, it's not even worth doing. It's my code, I guess. How many songs will you put on the album? Now that's a good idea. I mean, not a good idea. It's a good question. I've been going back and forth about this, by the way, because it is. I'm gonna give it to you like this. This album is gonna be a full-length album. Let's just say I'm gonna keep you guys occupied for this year. Come to Venezuela. I would love to, babe. I would love to go to Venezuela. What months does so yeah, I've been talking about this before, but the album I think will come out not next year. Oh my god, we're already next year. This year, early this year. But not in like the early stages. Maybe in the middle early stages. Yeah. But yeah, you're gonna love it. You're gonna fucking love it. Like you know what I mean? Like, how many music videos? Come on, you know me. If you've been with me thus far, you know me, and I'm gonna outdo my last ones. Spring. Hello, baby. Oh no. I thought I was 2025 still. So I was getting confused. My bad. Will I dye my hair again? My hair can't take a good dye. It like comes all. My hair just goes all over the place. Do you think we'll ever hit Midnight Highway in the future? It's a very big possibility. And it's a very big possibility that you might hear it live too. 그건 저도요. 맞습니다. 저도요. This album, more than anything, has proved to me to be something that I needed to do for myself as well. Hence, which is why it's called Ian. But it was an album that I think I needed to show myself in order for me to continue to be an artist. Otherwise, I think I would have quit. Did you eat yet? No, I didn't. I will eat though. Alexia. Hello, Alexia. Your sister asked me to make a greeting for you, so hello, love. Hope you're doing well. You know, I think you have a lovely sister. You know, has you in her thoughts. So yeah. 사랑합니다. Have you tried corn on the cob? Yes, but from Mexico. Yes, I have. I love the Peruvian cobs as well, the corns. And they have like really black ones, like these really giant black ones. Those are really good. S-O-C-K-S. S-O-C-K-S. Someone told me to spell socks really fast because it sounds Spanish, and it kind of does. S-O-C-K-S. I don't know what it means, but you know. And wish you so much health and good luck. Thank you. I wish everybody a good luck, especially because it is the new year, new resolutions. You know, hope you guys have an amazing time. So you have bipolar 2. Well, as I say, you know, you're probably gonna feel like at first it's gonna be tough to deal with, but as I say, it's something that you should also believe that it is your superpower, because it does enable you to be a lot more toned, a lot more sensitive and intuitional about things. It will get lonely just because people won't understand it, and sometimes that's all you need from somebody. And mind you though, there's gonna always be people that have you in their best interest, even if it might not be the answer you're looking for. So, you know, that's something I had to learn the hard way. Sorry, I dropped something. But, you know, if anything, you're welcome here. And as long as I can stay doing this, and as long as it could help you and make you feel seen, then I'm, you know, more than happy to be doing this. And, you know, this next album, I know I keep going back to this album, but this next album is gonna be the pinnacle of what it is for everybody. You know, in this album, I'm not holding back. I'm also gonna show you what it sounds like to feel manic. I'm gonna also show you what it sounds like to feel low. I'm gonna show you what it sounds like to feel like you want to release something, and you know, you were begging to release it and scream, and it's just gonna be, I think, yeah, it's gonna be like a releasing 캘리포니아에서 토요일에 다시 공연할 생각이 있냐고요? 토요일에 공연 있어요? Would I do post-punk? What if I've done it already? No. If you could describe this album using one color, what would it be? Oh, that's a very good, tricky, not tricky, but a very good question. Just because I can't reveal the identity of the color for this album. I love that it makes you feel. You know. Do I like Vietnamese girls? Yes, I love Vietnamese girls. Vietnamese girls are very pretty and they're very strong and cute, right? But they're very strong, as what I mean is like they're very independent, but they're very like, I have a few Vietnamese friends, not like girlfriends, but like friends that are girls, and they are the most, what would I say in Korean? Like very loyal, but very like, they would have your back no matter what, you know. So, you know, of course, I have a really soft spot for them, and they're very lovely people. So, let's book a hotel together. That sounds like a song name. I love you so much, I would share my Inca Kola with you. Now that's how I know you love me. Because if you're willing to share Inca Kola with somebody, and you're willing to go to the extent of it, you know. Las Mananitas for my birthday. Dream of you singing Las Mananitas. Okay, well, I'll go check that out. 오빠는 진짜 개 멋있고 잘생김. 아니에요. 아, 근데 감사해요. 그런 말 해줘서 고마워요. 제가 약간 그런 칭찬을 어떻게 받아들이는지 잘 몰라서 좀 어색한 것 뿐입니다. 근데 감사합니다. Could you recommend me a song? I can. I just don't know the. Oh no, I do. Okay. Oh my goodness, I was listening to. I like any song, any album from Electric Light Orchestra. That is really great. I love Living Thing by Electric Light Orchestra. That's a good song. And Telephone Line. I mean, that's, I know it's pretty old, but it's a vibe. You always come to Brazil on my birthday. Hey, maybe I'll go to Brazil on your birthday this time. I want to thank you for your music. It's been discovered and I love your music. It helped me a lot with my anxiety and depression. Thank you, love. And you know what? Congratulations for going through with it and just picking yourself up. And I know it gets hard. And I say this time and time. It sucks because it's something that people won't really correlate to unless they are in your shoes. And even in that, you wouldn't wish somebody to be in those shoes. But even so, you are the strongest soldier because that is literally like you're doing that and you're going through life. Come on, Your music really understand. Thank you. I'm seeing a lot of these today, and I truly appreciate that. And it's getting me more and more excited for this album because, like, if you guys felt that. Like, if you guys felt whatever you guys felt from the last album, this album is gonna be something that will just cement the style and cement the everything that you've been wanting to hear from me. And I can't wait because one of my most exciting things that I look forward to is taking this album and going on a little doing shows with this album and having you guys pick your favorites. I mean, I reckon it's going to be hard for people to pick their favorites, but having you guys sing along with me to this song because I'm going to make it a lot more sing-alongable. You know what I mean? You'd love to hear some Spanish words. You know what? Maybe I'll put some Spanish words into it. Papacito here and there. Yeah. I found out my dad is not my dad, and your music helps. Oh goodness, that would be quite the shocker. With that being said, if your dad, I mean, I'm sure sometimes it's a little hard for parents to keep things from the kids, and it's probably something that they know, and it probably hurts them to do so as well. But as I say, I know people that might not sometimes realize that their mum or their dad might not be their real mum and their dad. But regardless, if even in those conditions, the mum and dad is technically, if you're taking it as a title, it's just a blood correlation that makes them a mum and dad. But really, mum and dad also extends to the idea of who they are in your life, and if they were that figure that you needed in your life, then technically that person can be a mum and dad too. So but again, it must be a shocker because it's so many questions that comes from that. So I hope for whatever reason it is, you find the best way to deal with it, and you don't give yourself too much of a hard time either. Do you still b-boy? I haven't b-boyed in 10 years, 9 years. I do it every now and then. 제가 이 앨범 발매하고 한국에서도 공연을 해야 될 것 같아요. 해야 할 것 같아요. 해야 합니다. 네. Yes, family is the one you choose, not the one you're born into. You inspired me to be a b-boy. Shit, man. I'm so happy to hear that. B-boy, like, here's the thing though, B-boying is gonna be always, like, it's always gonna be a part of me. I'm not gonna, like, give that up. I'm just, being the age that I am, it's a little hard, like, you do get it's literally break dance for me, so, is the album a dark fantasy theme? It's not, I won't say it's a fantasy theme, but it does have dark elements to it. But it's you know what I mean, knowing me, it does have like a very, very strong conceptual essence to it, but it's not going to be like Insanity, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be very, very realistic based, but then the sub part to that is what would it take to break your reality. That's what the album is. You need my face on a vinyl, just like this. I don't know. I'll feel pretty intimidated. I'll try. I see a lot of people asking me to write songs in their language. Not even an understanding how much I might butcher it. So I'll try. Yes. Thank you guys for existing. Did I watch Avatar? No, I did hear it's really good, so I might watch it when I'm in Korea or something. Please, today is my father's birthday. Please say something to your father-in-law. I just got that. So, hello, Dad. How you doing? It was a pleasure to meet you, and thank you for blessing me and the world with such a beautiful, beautiful person. Would I get eyebrow piercings? You know what? I had eyebrow piercings when I was in high school, and I had one here, and I remember fainting when I got it because it was so like the blood. Because apparently there's a lot of blood that comes out of your eyebrows, and I fainted, and I asked the person like when they were gonna do it, and they're like, it's been 30 minutes. And I was like, oh shit. And I looked and I was like on the floor. I was like, oh my God. But anyway, yeah. It does, for me, it hurts because I'm a bit of a chicken shit. So like, I shudder in pain. Oh my goodness. I'm really scared of the future. What if I don't succeed? What if I don't have a purpose? I'll tell you something. So sometimes we need to understand that, our life's purpose is not to look too far ahead, because again, this is only so much that you can do to go to that extent. There's like a very famous, I don't know what you'd call, like some philosophy, where there was a Japanese master and a student, and the tale goes where it teaches you about self-discipline, self-control, and grounding. It's something that I have a hard time too, because for people, so who here is a deep thinker? Like, who here can't shut their thoughts off? I'd expect a lot of you. And for people like that, they say you're too smart for yourself, because you analyze, you're over analytical, and based on that you might get paranoid and such and such. For me, I'm like that, so as we always have, and we always have here's the thing, we always have a hard time because we live inside our heads, right? A lot of the people that don't go into that depth, they live outside of their heads, meaning the physicality side of it, the outside world. The more you live inside your head, the more you will be prone to not really being present. And you hear this every time, being here, being now is the epitome of what's important to anyone's mental health. You can't really do anything about the future. You can do something about what you are doing now that will affect the future. So my advice is just look down at what you're doing, or what you're doing one at a time. It does come from the idea of people fear what's going to happen after. It's like this whole idea of like you have too many thoughts in your mind. You have like your consciousness subdivides about 6-10 different things of what you're going to do, and you're cramming yourself, and all it takes is for you to just drop 9 of them and just focus on one, and it will make your life a whole lot easier. Trust me, if you live inside your head, you are going to have a hard time living outside of it. And technically we are here outside on the external as well. That's why they say working out, exercising is such a big medicinal almost therapy for people that have or struggle with a lot of mental disorders, or not even generally even people that have mental disorders, but people that just have a hard time being too over analytical, going over things. So they say working out is it breaks that exterior of that, because you are literally putting all that time and everything outside of your mind. And so I recommend workouts. I recommend running at least 30 minutes or to an hour a day. You can go at your own pace, but what I do is the minute I wake up, I don't think. I try not to, because the minute you think, the minute you grab your phone and you look and everything, then you've already stumped your morning and your day. So have I disassociated? Yeah, I dissociate a lot. So I try to keep people that disassociate a lot. I guess your kryptonite would be straying off of schedule. And what I mean by that is you shouldn't give yourself like a hard schedule and you keep to that. But I'm saying is a healthy schedule that you can stick to. It's not the idea of the schedule that keeps you healthy. It's the idea of you not breaking that commitment that will keep you aligned and not disassociate. And what I'm trying to say is people that disassociate often have a hard time because they have, for me anyway, okay, so I'm just talking about personally, for me anyway, I feel like if I'm building something and then I let one thing go, I feel like I've pretty much jeopardized it and I give up. And when I give up, I go to all sorts of places. I just let go, technically. And the thing is, people say, like, when you let go, you can't, when somebody that has certain disorders and certain imbalances, when you're there, when you're already at the point of you letting go, there's nothing you can do about it. You're gonna have to go through hell's door, I'm sorry, and you have to probably get back up after that. The real solution is you not getting to that point. So it's never about you getting there and then like, what do you do? No, it's like once you're there, then you just have to come out of it. You just have to go through it and you have to come out of it. But how do I get myself to not get there prior? And it's usually a lot of discipline. And what I mean by that is things that you would not naturally do, but you stick to a routine. Start small. It could be like, I'm gonna do 1 hour of running every day, and I'm gonna finish the night with a movie. And I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be things that would correlate into like having some type of like full effect, but the promises that you keep to yourself, the way that you have self-talk, it's going to mend a lot of your self-talk. People that have high insecurities and high levels of paranoia and anxiety is because we don't trust ourselves in our own thoughts. And the way we get over that is we find a system and we find a way to keep promises to ourselves. If you start off, here's the thing, like if you were to exchange like bodies with somebody, and you were after a month of exchanging, you have to go back to your body. You wouldn't, and if it was with somebody that you love, you wouldn't treat that body like any way you want. You would treat it with the utmost respect, and you would do things to probably elevate their health. And that's like what you would do. That's what you should so do to yourself. Songs are a banger. Calico is so goated. Hey brother, wait till you hear this new album. Like I'm gonna just say it. Like just thank you so much. But I can't wait for you to hear this new stuff, man. You're gonna fucking love it. If you love Ballroom, Nerves, Calico, if you love Nerves, Ballroom, Calico, and all of that stuff, you're gonna love this album. But anyway, as I was saying, routines are very important for people that are struggling with mental health. Keeping that routine is more important than half-assing the routine. You can do half-ass or whatever, but just keep that promise to yourself, and I promise you, gradually, day by day, week by week, month by month, it's gonna be something that you will be eventually proud of. It only takes I don't know how long, 90 days to habitualize something, but take it from me. If I notice your comment, you're going to be the happiest person. What was a tattoo on your? Yes, this was done in Peru. Yes. Oh, and Violet Crazy. Yes. But anyway, yes. So that's my 2 cents. What advice do you have for people that have a difficulty in socializing? Here's my thing. You don't have to. I think people have a hard time thinking about the pressure of needing to socialize, and mind you, it is important. But if you're having a hard time going out and you're a mad introvert, and let's say worst case scenario, you don't even have any friends, you have to maybe do the effort, do the deed to go out, and I mean not with safety measures, but still, it would be nice if you want that, you would have to also be willing and lenient to explore that. And like I don't. Here's the thing. I don't recommend like meeting people at clubs and all of that stuff. But if you have a hard time socializing, just start with maybe community groups that you want to go social. Like I'm sure you have your own hobbies and habits. Meeting people, I've always found meeting people while doing like the most like healthy hobbies were always something that was a good kickstart of finding some type of level of relatability is something that we can talk on, and that would always be a good kickstart to finding people that you can mingle around with, Yeah. But I mean, if it's a whole anxiety thing, like you don't have to feel the needs, and for people, some people they might not even want to do that, and you don't have to. That's the thing. There's no. You're not missing out. Yeah, for family and friends that have people or other family members or friends that have like any type of mental disorder, I salute you, because like we always say, a lot of the people that are struggling with mental disorders have it bad and everything, but it's a lot of the times what we feel is we feel bad about the people that deal with it. And if it isn't for you guys, if it isn't for the people that are there holding these people that are struggling, and usually it is the friends and family, they are the ones that help these people pull through. Take it from me personally. So your deeds and your works and your efforts, I know how hard it is, and I know sometimes you might not see the light of it every now and then, but it does make a difference. And as long as it makes a difference, I think that should be everything to you. Am I up to date with the Chainsaw Man manga? Yeah, yes I am, but I haven't watched the movie yet. Yeah. People that have certain disorders and certain mental issues. It's ironic because we want to be seen, we want to be understood, but that's the one thing that I always say is also not key in trying to have an expectation for. It's the one thing it's like this. It's like a rare candy, and you're either gonna hit jackpot or not, and more times than not you're not gonna. So it takes a lot of time for somebody to understand you. It's gonna take a lot of time for someone to get you, but you can't be so demoralized and you can't be so disheartened if they don't get you the first, second, third, or fifth time. But as long as you're willing to show them your improvement and your growth, they are willing to understand that, it takes this much for this person to get better. So think for yourself, do you, and eat some ice cream. Anyway, guys, I do have to go back to singing this song, and I do have to go back to finishing this song. But with that being said, I love you all so much. I know this was a very abrupt live, and it was something that I wasn't really planning to do, but I was just like listening to this song, and I just wanted to maybe tune in and give you guys some information and also get you hyped up for the album. And I love you all so much, and again, Happy New Year's. Hope this year works out for the best. And if not, it's okay. We still have plenty of years to go. So I know that doesn't sound too persuasive or encouraging, but I love you all. As I said, album's coming. Be ready to launch the shit into space, and I love you all so much. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.